Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to my second lecture on Newton's laws of motion. Here I am starting with the topic of Newton's second law of motion. Now the definition is there already on the screen. It states that the rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the applied force, and this change takes place in the direction of applied force. So this is the statement. We can write it mathematically. The law says that the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force applied. So this is the rate of change of momentum. This is directly proportional to the force applied, and the change of momentum takes place in the direction of force. So with this we can write F is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum dp dt. Also we can write this F is proportional to d dt of, we know momentum is mass into velocity. Now we can take mass outside the proportionality symbol. We can take it outside the differential. Then we can write ddt of velocity. Let us remove this proportionality with a constant. Let me call that constant k. So F is equal to k into m dv dt. dv dt is your rate of change of velocity. This is nothing but your acceleration. So force is equal to k times mass into acceleration. If force is 1 Newton, mass is 1 kg, and acceleration is 1 meter per second square, then the value of k is 1. So I can replace k with 1 and my final equation will be F is equal to m into a. So this is the end result of Newton's second law of motion. Now students, if you understand my lesson and you want me to make more lessons, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Share it as much as possible and let me know in the comment section whether you want more topics from me or not. Let us speak about units of force. So here there are basically two units. One is your absolute unit and other is gravitational unit. Under absolute unit you can again have SI unit and CGS unit. SI unit of force under absolute is Newton and CGS unit is Dyne. Now here in gravitational unit, once again we have SI unit and CGS unit. The SI unit is kg force, sometimes also called as kg weight, and CGS unit is gram force or gram weight. Impulse of a force, a physical quantity which is used to get an idea about the change in dynamical state of a moving particle. This is called impulse of a force. And if you want to write it mathematically, impulse is denoted by the letter J. It is simply product of force into delta t. Delta t is the interval of time in which this force is applied. Here F is a large force. F is a large force and the interval of time is very small. It tends to 0. So J is equal to F times delta t, where J is your impulse. Now here we can rewrite this equation as, in place of force I am writing mass into acceleration. Again, acceleration means rate of change of velocity. So I write this: acceleration is rate of change of velocity. Delta t gets cancelled, so I can write m times delta v. Delta v is my change in velocity, so that will mean final velocity minus initial velocity. So this is mv minus mu. mv is your final momentum and mu is your initial momentum, right? So here J means simply change in momentum. Keep this in mind, and either you can write your J is simply the product of force and interval of time for which that force is applied, or you can say impulse simply means change in momentum. From here I can write this equation as F into delta t is equal to delta p. In place of impulse I can write F into delta t, which is equal to delta p. Now it is clear from this equation that impulse is the measure of the degree to which an external force produces a change in momentum of the body. Now if the body was initially at rest, then we can write, if the body was initially at rest, that means u was 0, then we can write J is simply mv, because here mu is 0. So J is simply equal to mv. From this expression J equals to mv, we can define momentum once again. So the momentum of particle is the impulse required to bring the particle from rest to the present state of motion. SI unit, if someone asks you what is the SI unit, then what will be the SI unit of impulse? It will be the SI unit of momentum only. SI unit of impulse is SI unit of momentum, kg meter per second. Here let us discuss about Newton's third law of motion. Now this law tells us how forces are exerted. This law simply tells us that how forces are exerted. For example, have a look at this. Say there are two bodies, body A and body B. There is mutual force exerted by two bodies on one another. Let us assume that there is a mutual force exerted by two bodies on one another. Then what will happen, that in this case the two forces will be equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Like force on A by B will be in this direction, and force on B due to A will be in this direction. You can see the arrow. If AB is the force on A due to B, FBA is the force on B due to A. Okay, now further experiment shows that body B exerts a force FBA on body A which is equal in magnitude and opposite in direction to the other force. So the vector equation of the event will be that the net force will be 0, or you can say FAB is equal to minus of FBA. So this proves that these two forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. So from here I can write the statement of Newton's third law, which states that for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. In this example, if you consider your FAB to be the action force, then FBA is the reaction force, and vice versa. And remember, in nature both of these forces arises simultaneously. There is no time lag between the action and the reaction force. They both arise simultaneously.